Good evening, I'm the Cinema Fanatic, and today I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to do a comparative review. Kind of like the Nostalgia Critics Old versus New, I'm going to compare two versions of the same movie and see which one is better. Now, in this case, it's not going to be a remake compared to the old version, it's going to be two versions of the exact same movie. I'll explain in the review. So tonight, I'm going to compare Thou Shalt Not Kill Except to Stryker's War. Thou Shalt Not Kill is a 1985 action thriller directed by Josh Becker. What you might have not known is that prior to making Thou Shalt Not Kill Except, Josh Becker made a 40-minute version to show potential investors, much like how Sam Raimi made Within the Woods, which eventually became The Evil Dead. So I'm going to compare both and see which version is better. So both films have the same plot. Sergeant Stryker, played by Bruce Campbell in the 40-minute version, and by Brian Scholes in the theatrical version, gets wounded in Vietnam and is sent home to live a miserable existence as a drunk. His army buddies show up to goof off, that is, until a cult, led by Sam Raimi, yes, Evil Dead Sam Raimi, shows up and kidnaps Stryker's girlfriend. So it's up to Stryker and his friends to stop the cult. So when comparing the two, the theatrical version has better production values. But in my opinion, the 40-minute version is better. The pace is better in the 40-minute version, and it feels much more real and violent. Obviously, the theatrical version had to be longer, and we do have a lot of cool things. We have more action, more blood, and more production value. But it feels slower than the 40-minute version, especially in some of the performances, as well as in some of the pacing. It also feels sillier at some point. Let's compare the final confrontation. The 40-minute version feels more brutal. Those punches sound real and you feel the pain. Whereas the theatrical version feels, well, more theatrical. A little more fake. Plus the music here makes it feel a little like a Looney Tunes cartoon. Now, I don't hate on the composer Joe LaDuca. His music is badass, especially the Building the Death Coaster theme from Army of Darkness. But there's just something about the music that doesn't click with me. In fact, it kind of reminds me of the movie Aftermath. Speaking of theatrical, the performances, as mentioned earlier, are kind of slow at some points.
dirty son of a bitch. I'm gonna do some nasty things to you. Why, you dirty son of a bitch. I'm gonna do some nasty things to you. No, you're not. You're dead.
And now for the main problem with the theatrical version. Brian Scholes. I don't buy him as an action hero. As a normal everyday person, yeah, but not as a soldier. Kinda wimpy. Like this is the first time he's seen battle. But again, I would call those mainly nitpicks. Both films are very good, and I like the theatrical version. I highly recommend it. It's a great, fun, joyous ride. But, to be honest, I prefer the 40-minute version more.
Let's waste it.
I'm the Cinema Fanatic. I'll see you next time.